Hey, what's going on, everyone? Connor here, and today I'm going to bring to you kind of a life story. It's a story about, not really a story, but I'm going to talk about me and how I'm basically a big band nerd. So, where I'm at in 6th grade is where you usually start learning an instrument for band, unless you go to a Catholic school here called Christ the King. And usually in 6th grade you start learning an instrument if you want to. So you either go to one of the two middle schools where I'm from in Madisonville, Browning Springs or James Madison. And I went to James Madison just because it was closer to me. And so when I went to the middle school, the sixth grader orientation, there was a special part of it to where our director, or the director then, Mr. Emerson, he would ask if your kid wanted to be in it or not, and you would go after the whole presentation was over, and you would go on a different date, or you would come back on a different date, and you would sign up for your instruments and tryouts and all that stuff. So I wanted to be in band, and when I first tried out, my mom and my older sister, both wanted me to play drums. And I thought, well, no, that seems kind of boring. So I tried out on the alto saxophone, and I got in band, bought it, about a $1,500 sax. And about after a year of playing it, it got really boring, and I just didn't like it anymore. So I tried to find a way for a long time to get myself switched into drums, because at that time I was getting more interested in it. And once I was asking my friends around, and how could I do this, how could I do that, because I'd already talked to Mr. Emerson about being in the parades, the 8th grade parades, and after I talked to him about being in 8th grade parades, he said, sure, you can play. So I just wanted to do that to show him I was interested in switching. So after the parades, I asked my old friend Clayton, who had recently quit band. He was in percussion, and when you usually started out in 6th grade, you have to buy like a $200 kit and stuff. So I just got his kit from him for free, and I asked Mr. Emerson if I could switch over to percussion to play drums, and he said, yes, but I still want you to currently play on your sax too, to learn both. So I said, alright, at least I get to play. So one thing led to another, and I just start playing drums more and more and more, and eventually I just don't play my sax. So I guess then I was officially a part of the percussion group with my friends, Kyle, Nathan, and Brandon. And at the time, I was not great. They were both better than me, or all of them were better than me, but I played the tenors for my high school marching band. I was the section leader over a senior, and that's pretty good considering 2 years of playing. But anyways, I would start playing more drum pieces and playing more things like that instead of my sax. And I played football in middle school too, and I played it in elementary and middle school. And in elementary school I played 5th grade, and once you went to middle school into 6th grade, you would play for your old elementary team too. So I played for Hanson Elementary, and it was fun at the time up to like 7th grade. I thought it was fun and everything. Once I got to 8th grade, I just stopped caring about it. Like, I couldn't stand playing football. I love watching it, and I'm a big football fan. I like Kentucky football, University of Kentucky football, and the Miami Dolphins, which are probably some of the worst teams I could pick, but I like them, and I'm going to stick with them. So I tried to convince my mom to let me do marching band, or just band in general, for the high school, because we're 8-time state champions, 8-peat state champions, whatever you want to say, and I just wanted to be part of that. So my mom said, no, you're playing football, you're doing this, doing that, you're going to play football. So I just told her, if you're going to make me play football, I'm just not going to do it. I'm not going to show up for the tryouts, I'm not going to try, I'm going to try to make myself not get into it. So I eventually just convinced her to let me do band, and band is extremely fun, and I love it. Just the worst part about it is the band camp in the summer, because your last 2 weeks of your summer get taken away completely for band camp to get ready for the marching season. And then after that, and your Saturdays go away for from July until October. Your Saturdays are gone. But after that, you have concert band, which is pretty much relaxing, and then you have pep band after that, which is just playing at basketball games, which is pretty fun. And then during concert season and pep band, you have things like all district band, all state, quad state. You have honor band clinics and stuff like that. And I've been in all district band since 8th grade. And I feel really bad because this year I made it again, but I didn't start practicing the music until one day before the auditions. And my friends Nathan and Kyle that have been practicing it ever since they got it, like a month before, they've been practicing all day, getting ready for it. I practiced one day before the auditions. I make it and they don't. So I felt really bad about that. I felt like I was taking it away from someone who deserved it more. But anyways, I made it, and the concert was just recently. It was pretty good. I had a good time. But band is a pretty fun thing. I mean, most people think of it as skinny nerds with glasses who get wedgies constantly from bullies, and that's not how it is. I mean, sure, there's a few really nerdy kids in band that I know. I'm not going to say any names, but there's quite a few nerdy kids in band, and I'm not a nerd whatsoever. I mean, I'm somewhat intelligent. I'm about 6 foot tall, about 200 pounds, and I'm not a nerd. I mean, I have fun with it. I mean, on drumline, it's pretty cool, but it's not what you think. It's not just nerds running around with tubas on. It's, in my opinion, not just because I do band and I'm going to say this about it, but in my opinion, band is a lot more physically and mentally demanding than any other sport. Maybe things like track and field, which requires you to be a good runner and all that stuff. I'm not saying it's harder, and it is. I say it's more physically and mentally demanding than most sports, not all. And if you don't know how to play an instrument, I highly encourage you to learn one, because I've never looked it up, but I've always heard studies have shown that people that can play musical instruments have higher IQs and are smarter. I don't know if that's true. I've always heard that. But even if you don't want to learn band or do band, at least learn some instrument, like learn guitar, learn piano. Piano's not nerdy at all. I've heard that too. Learn piano, guitar, anything that interests you. Like I can play the percussion instruments, piano, guitar, some guitar. I'm not too great at it yet. But I love playing instruments. It's basically my life next besides Xbox. I love playing Xbox and playing with my friends and everything, but I love band, I love playing my instrument, and it's just a fun thing. So I highly encourage you to get into it or learn a musical instrument. So that was my story on band, so I hope you liked it. Please subscribe to me. Get your friends to subscribe. I'm going to be putting up more videos, so thank you for watching. I'm Connor, and I'm out.